Assalamu alaikum and welcome to the weekly press briefing of the Foreign Office. Let me begin with the Kashmir Black Day observed in Indian illegally occupied Jammu and Kashmir, Pakistan and all over the world on 27th of October 2020. The day reminds us of the landing of Indian occupation forces in Srinagar 73 years ago and the atrocities that the people of Indian illegally occupied Jammu and Kashmir continue to endure ever since. The day also reminds us of the deepening humanitarian crisis in IIOJK, a scar on the collective conscience of the world community. In his message on the Black Day, Prime Minister Imran Khan condemned Indian illegal occupation and reiterated Pakistan's unwavering support to the Kashmiri people. Highlighting the grave human rights situation in IIOJK, the Prime Minister urged the international community to take practical steps to stop India from using state terrorism as a tool to further oppress the Kashmiri people and to destabilize the region. In his message, the President emphasized that India's illegal and unilateral actions of 5th August 2019 have been rejected by the Kashmiri people, by Pakistan, as well as by the international community for being in violation of international law and the relevant UN Security Council resolutions. The Foreign Minister on the occasion, in his message, called for urgent lifting of the military siege and media blackout, immediate cessation of the violations of human rights of Kashmiri people, release of the incarcerated Kashmiri leaders and youth, and an end to the impunity granted to Indian occupation forces under draconian laws. On Kashmir Black Day, voices were raised in support of the Kashmiri people all over the world. Protest rallies and demonstrations were held in Birmingham, Brussels, Ecuador, France, Germany, London, Spain, South Africa, Stockholm, Tokyo, Vienna, and many other cities in the world. Seminars and exhibitions were organized in all key capitals and cities of the world. The Indian Charge d'Affaires was summoned to the Ministry of Foreign Affairs to register Pakistan's strong protest on the continuing violations of human rights in Indian illegally occupied Jammu and Kashmir. Pakistan's strong condemnation of India's continuing illegal occupation of IIOJK was also forcefully conveyed to the Indian side. Coming to Islamophobia, Pakistan strongly condemns the systematic resurgence of blasphemous acts of republication of caricatures of the Holy Prophet, peace be upon him, and desecration of Holy Quran by certain irresponsible elements in some developed countries. We are further alarmed at the highly disturbing statements by certain politicians justifying such heinous acts under the garb of freedom of expression and equating Islam with terrorism for narrow electoral and political gains. Pakistan has always supported and continues to lead international efforts for combating intolerance, discrimination, and violence on the basis of religion or faith. At a time of rising racism and populism, the international community must show a common resolve against xenophobia, intolerance, stigmatization, and incitement to violence on the basis of religion or belief. In Pakistan, both houses of the Parliament, the Senate, and the National Assembly unanimously passed resolutions condemning the resurgence of Islamophobic acts and desecration of Holy Quran in certain countries. The Prime Minister of Pakistan also wrote a letter to the CEO of Facebook, Mark Zuckerberg. He also addressed letters to the members of OIC calling for a concerted effort and an organized campaign to stop the resurgence of Islamophobia in the world. Pakistan has also proposed March 15 to be observed globally as Anti-Islamophobia Day. As part of his continued engagement Foreign Minister Shah Mahmood Qureshi held telephonic conversations with his counterparts from Afghanistan and Turkey. Talking to his Turkish counterpart, the Foreign Minister expressed satisfaction at the mutual collaboration between the two countries at bilateral as well as multilateral fora. He reiterated Pakistan's appreciation for the principled stance taken by Turkey on the Jammu and Kashmir dispute and Turkey's steadfast support in this regard. The two foreign ministers agreed to remain in touch on issues of concern to Muslim Ummah, including the rising Islamophobia. The Turkish foreign minister appreciated the principled stance taken by the Prime Minister of Pakistan on the issue of Islamophobia. While talking to his Afghan counterpart, the foreign minister reiterated Pakistan's support for a peaceful, united and stable Afghanistan and highlighted Pakistan's contribution to the Afghan peace process. Separately, Speaker of Afghan Volisi Jargah, Mir Rahman Rahmani, accompanied by a high-level delegation, undertook a 3-day bilateral visit to Pakistan from 23rd to 25th of October this year. Mr. Rahmani also participated in 2 days long Pakistan-Afghanistan Trade and Investment Forum 2020 Partnership for Mutual Benefit seminar in Islamabad. During his meeting with Mr. Rahmani, Foreign Minister Qureshi emphasized the significance of inter-parliamentary cooperation between the two countries. On the bilateral plane, the Foreign Minister stressed the importance of Afghanistan-Pakistan Action Plan for Peace and Solidarity as a platform to effectively deal with all important issues including economy, trade, investment, security, intelligence cooperation, and the refugee issues. Separately, Pakistan strongly condemned the drone attacks launched towards the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia by Houthi militia yesterday. Pakistan appreciates the successful interception of the drones which prevented the loss of innocent lives. Pakistan reiterates its full support and solidarity with Saudi Arabia against any threats to its security and territorial integrity. On the regional security, Pakistan has taken note of the signing of Basic Exchange and Cooperation BECA agreement between India and the United States. Pakistan has been consistently highlighting the threats posed to strategic stability in South Asia as a result of provision of advanced military hardware, technologies, and knowledge to India. India's massive acquisition of armaments and expansion of its nuclear forces, including introduction of new destabilizing weapon system, are developments with serious repercussions for peace and stability in South Asia. These developments clearly negate the argument that India's mainstreaming in the international export control regime will further the non-proliferation objectives of these regimes. Pakistan categorically rejects the Indian government's illegal amendments in land ownership laws in Indian illegally occupied Jammu and Kashmir promulgated under J&K Reorganization 3rd Order 2020. The highly condemnable Indian action is yet another clear violation of the UN Security Council resolutions, bilateral agreements between Pakistan and India, as well as international law. India's illegal and unilateral actions of 5th August 2019 and subsequent measures, particularly the domicile law and now the land ownership laws, are aimed at changing the demographic structure of IIOJK to convert the Kashmiris into a minority in their own land. The United Nations and the international community must take immediate action to stop India from changing the demography and distinct identity of IIOJK and facilitate resolution of the Jammu and Kashmir dispute as per the relevant UNSC resolutions as well as the wishes and aspirations of the Kashmiri people. The continued crackdown against minorities, human rights organizations, media, and independent voices in India and IIOJK is a matter of grave concern. Pakistan expresses its deep concerns over the raids by India's National Investigation Agency on offices and residences of journalists and human rights activists and non-profit organizations including Coalition of Civil Society, Association of Parents of Disappeared Persons and Greater Kashmir newspapers in IIOJK. The human rights activists, members of the civil society, NGOs and journalists have been booked under the Draconian Unlawful Activities Prohibition Act. The BJP regime's actions are another manifestation of India's extremist agenda and its frustration over international censure for its illegal actions and grave human rights violations in Indian illegally occupied Jammu and Kashmir. Pakistan strongly condemns the continuing belligerent anti-Pakistan rhetoric of India's civil and military leadership. In recent provocative and irresponsible statements, the Indian National Security Advisor has implied organizing attacks inside neighboring countries. His offensive defense doctrine can be defined simply as stalking terrorism in the neighboring countries. Since his assumption of office of NSA, Indian footprints in terrorist activities in Pakistan have increased substantially. We have also seen the highly irresponsible and belligerent statement made by BJP's Uttar Pradesh chief Dev Singh, saying Prime Minister Modi has decided when the country would be at war with Pakistan and China. Unfortunately, in response to any geopolitical, economic or military setback, instead of learning from its mistakes, RSS BJP leadership simply doubles down its hostile rhetoric against the neighboring countries. Pakistan calls upon the international community to take notice of these irresponsible and bellicose remarks and activities of the Indian leadership, particularly NSA and BJP leadership, causing instability in the neighboring countries. India will find the leadership, the people, and the armed forces of Pakistan ready in the event of any misadventure against its territories or evidently as displayed in February last year. India must learn from the mistakes of its past. And with this, I thank you very much and am open to take any questions.